Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shauki bin Sofri and my metric number is AD180067. Our group will be presenting about the effect of atmospheric corrosion on house grill. I will be presenting on the introduction. First of all, we have identified a corrosion attack that happened around us, which is a corrosion attack that occurred at the grill of our home. We have concluded that the type of corrosion that happens here is an atmospheric corrosion. First of all, our home is located near some factories that may produce some common corrosive gases such as sulfur oxide, oxides of nitrogen and oxides of carbon. As our country usually has a combination of high temperature and high humidity, this factor may influence the TOW greatly. For the atmospheric corrosion, there are three stages, which is the initial stages, intermediate stage and the final stages. The corrosion attack that happens is the result of the accumulation of gas deposition that happen in the intermediate stage of atmospheric corrosion. When gases from factories are released, it will transform into an aqueous phase and can act as a medium for electrochemical reaction. This will lead our steel grill, the protective film will be dissolved and exposed to the steel to corrosion. From our example on the atmospheric corrosion, we can say that our grill is in the final stage of atmospheric corrosion. This can be determined by the brown rust layer that happens on the grill that is made out of steel.
Okay, hi, my name is Muhammad Yusuf Warsa Muhammad bin Abdullah and my metric number is CD180185 and our group topic for the corrosion project is the effect of atmospheric corrosion on house grill. Okay, the part that I will focus is the harm that caused by corrosion or atmospheric corrosion on the grill. So as we know, corrosion is a kind of degradation that may happen to material as a result of their interaction with environment around them. In the context of commercial application, this is often referred to the distortion of steel, iron and also metal caused by the maintenance of road, rail and bridges. So when it occurs, corrosion has a potential to inflict damage to the surrounding environment. So according to the figure that shown in previously, it demonstrates that the corrosion is one of the industrial atmospheric type, since there's a nearby factory that emits excessive number of gases that are undesirable in the environment, such as sulfur oxide, oxides of nitrogen, oxides of carbon, which are the most common type of corrosive gases that may be created in industrial setting. So, as shown at the previously, so it is a pitting type of corrosion may weaken the construction of the grill, resulting in hole and sharply pointed surface. So, which is indirectly may injure anyone who step or struck with the grill, which may be an infection and has a potential to cause major harm to the body of the obstructed person. So in addition to this, corrosion may cause the strength of the grill to decrease or lower the strength of the grill, which make it simpler for the burglar to break into a home, which to the extent it will be indirectly cause damage to oneself, family and also the possession. So thank you for listening.
Salam sejahtera, my name is Ariusan Wan, matrix number CD170081. I will discuss on economical impact for our case study. For the economical impact, corrosion is not only an engineering issue but also an economical problem. Corrosion is a natural process occur in iron and steel simply combined with another chemical element, mainly oxygen and hydrogen air. For the cause of corrosion, there are both direct and indirect causes. For the direct cause in corrosion, it affects the use of service life of any equipment. For the indirect cause, the producer and a supplier of goods and service incur a corrosion cost, which is they pass on by next user. The useful life of manufacturing equipment is decreased by corrosion, and maintenance costs and maintenance cycle are increased. As we can see, a table below show costs that will be bear by us. An accident may be happen if there is no action taken to prevent the grill from the corrosion. As we can see, the classification is prevention cost. For example, it's coating with paint. For the maintenance cost, the maintenance and repair for the grill. There will be maybe accident loss if we are not maintain the grill. To prevent the grill from corrode, we need to reapply the coating and protect the metal from the environment. The cost of painting is cheaper than buying a new grill. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sir Asaf Abdul. So I'm going to present the atmospheric corrosion prevention and conclusion. So atmospheric corrosion prevention. The most common technique for preventing corrosion was found to be galvanizing and applying barrier coatings. Most steel buildings utilized inland and in harsh coastal environment at the port are part deep galvanized. Epoxy-based coating and on the other hand were discovered to be mostly utilized in telecommunication towers and major power plants. Steel buildings, storage tanks and commercial buildings are other construction that are frequently seen in the harbour region at the city centre. For aesthetic purposes, commercial buildings are typically composed of concrete with window and doors frame that are typically made of aluminium or PVC. They include ornamental buildings constructed from materials other than carbon steel. Again, for purely cosmetic reasons, stainless steel, PVC and glass reinforced polymers are typically employed. The following two characteristics are advantage of covering a super hydrophobic layer as a defense against air corrosion. Water droplet touch a super hydrophobic film through a composite air solid interface when exposed to atmospheric condition, where air is trapped in the film groove. As a result, the super hydrophobic layer serves as a barrier to keep corrosive water droplets from coming into touch with the substrate underneath. Additionally, because super hydrophobic surfaces are self-cleaning, water droplets simply roll off of them and pick up any salt particles that have attached to them. By acting as a sacrifice, zinc, cadmium and aluminium can prevent steel against corroding because they are anodic to the iron and retain the potential of the metal at a level that prevents corrosions. These metals develop a surface layer that prevents corrosion and extends the life of the coating, since the corrosion product is often quite protective. chemical corrosion coatings can be applied to this coating to increase their effectiveness. It can be used alone or as a base for a paint system. So next conclusion. So in conclusion, the impact of climate and air quality as well as painting and painting prevention are typically taken into consideration. With occasionally sized glances at other metals, this contribution will focus mostly on the corrosion of iron and steel. Even if they are not exposed to the rain, metals subjected to unmanaged normal atmosphere may corrode more quickly and by different mechanism than metal preserved in pure dry air. The cost of protection against atmospheric corrosion is approximately 50% of the total cost of all other corrosion controls, demonstrating the significance of atmospheric corrosion. So no other type of corrosion has a more severe impact compared to the air corrosion. So in addition to occasionally causing engineering disaster like the collapse of concrete building and bridge, atmospheric corrosion also has an impact to the public utilities and military combat readiness. In order to include control measure in the design, it is crucial for engineers to comprehend the relationship between the material and the environment. So that's all from me. Thank you.